Okay, welcome back. Now we can get underway in this fourth part of my Let's Play XCOM Enemy Unknown. This will be the final recording in this session at the computer, so I'll be saving at the end of this, but as I promised in video number 1, there's sort of no reloading when things go wrong, and I'm sure you see things go wrong for me an awful lot in this playthrough. Well, it seems this is another edge here, so that's quite good. On this side, can't see anything. You've only got one flare, you can't use it. Oh, quick peek, quick peek. Oh, the alien craft right there. It's the bigger of the two small craft. I think this is the door here, so it has some internal structure to it. So places for aliens to hide around corners and things, which is obviously always lots of fun. I'm going to take you this way, Stefan. You panicked on me in the last game, so see how much fun that is for us. Bring you down, and I'm going to throw your flare over here, over here, over here, over here. Is it like the top of the sky range that does that to you? Yeah. Throwing arcs are minority technology. Oh, there's a barn over there. Technology wasn't what it is, but it would be really great if just something that could tell you what was blocking your throws. I mean, that's particularly true in Terrace and Deep, and some of your underwater terrain is really sort of bits of coral and sort of abstract sort of rock formations. You're trying to work out why you cannot throw that grenade, and you cannot see why. And sometimes, in fact, scratch that, always it's at a crucial moment. Alright, I thought that might have been a corner there, but it's actually a bit more to it than that. I'm going to put you up against this fence. You're very open to being shot in the back, but hopefully not. There'll be some sort of more complicated reason there, but no, I can't. Now, how many different ways can you be exposed in this game? But if I go here, throw you here. I mean, once you start to light up the map a bit, it does get a lot less difficult. I mean, it makes it a lot more like daylight conditions. You can always see I've lit up quite a large bit of it. I don't use this very often, but yeah, you can see where my flares are. I mean, I think that's a corner there. So if there's movement there, I can probably deal with that. If there's an alien there, the ship's here. I don't know how much further this goes because you can click and click and click, but it doesn't necessarily mean there's more map over in that direction. I know there's a building up there. Some of the one-story buildings here and something over here, but we just take it as it comes. But the main thing, I probably should have put more of my people with flares in hand for coming at the craft, but I didn't know how quickly we'd be into combat, so I thought it was important to have them ready just to go straight to the rifles. And of course you can't throw that here. Why would I would end everybody to throw anything there. Can you turn and throw in this turn? Oh, thank you, Sarah Davies. And just up a bit more. Now, I'm taking a few risks here in terms of deploying people, but it's sort of getting that advantage over the map straight away. I'm leaving people without time units to reaction fire, but like I said in the last video, I think, I don't really rely on these guys really providing much in the way of reaction fire. But just to get them where they're going, see if they survive, take it from there. Well, turn 1's about to end, just moving these guys up to save time units in future turns. I've lit up some of the map, nobody's died, that's a success. I saw 7 aliens in the last UFO, and this is a slightly bigger one, although it's still classified as small. And where will be in this? Enter. There seems to be a reasonable bit of hidden movement, but it's my turn again. See, I'm dealing with a landed rather than a crash, so they're reasonably big complement aliens. I know I've left you there, Rudy, but you also have an electro flare, so I wonder, could you just throw one for me? For here, maybe? Okay, to win next turn. Steph. I do realise that I'm leaving these guys open to here and here, and aliens coming round, but I know there'll be a lot of them in the craft. I mean, last time, what was it? There were 7 and 5 were in the craft, 2 were out in the field. I should have left time to kneel or hide a bit there. Again, I think this is a corner though. So there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. So it's not much bigger than the last map, and that's quite good. Although it's not as good as the desert ones. I mean, getting a desert map with snake men, which seems to happen quite a lot, just such a gift. Snake men are even easier to kill than floaters. They can't even fly. They seem to be really weak. They go down really easily, and then get on a desert map where the worst thing that landscape's probably it can be a bit hilly, and sometimes people can hide in amongst the dunes, but definitely the Arctic or sort of tundra kind of maps are definitely best in terms of the limited terrain, because a low cover can be good for our guys. It's best for the aliens. It also means that when we've got different people spotting at different distances, somebody in the complete opposite side of the map can take shots at somebody on the other side of the map. Now, the aliens tend not to do this. They can only shoot at what they can see. We can shoot at what one of our other soldiers can see. Now, that's maybe not truly modelled in how accurate shots should be, in the sense that some people can, so far away, can get a hit, but then given how bad their up close accuracy is, I think probably it's a fair trade-off across the whole of the game. I should probably line up some more people at the door, because I guarantee those 2 guys ascending will not be the last 2 ascending, but I'm conscious that I need to spread out and cover the whole map. Years and years ago, when I first played Terra Deep, I played Terra Deep before I played this. I've played them both extensively now, but probably why I still make so many Terra Deep references. I used to always have this strategy where I would surround the UFO if I saw it first, and I'd put down proximity grenades here, and then I would leave 2 guys watching it and go off and do the rest of the map. What you often find is that the aliens were strong enough to step out, detonate a proximity grenade, and survive, and then shoot one of your guys, and then you're like, oh, and then if the other guy died, you had to get guys to come back across the map, and it wasn't that good. So it's kind of just do everything as I come to it. So I don't prioritise the alien ship, but if I'm right beside it or I get to it, I've just got to go in it and search like any other building, even though I know it's probably more complicated and more likely to contain lots of aliens than anywhere else in the map. So we've got maybe halfway through this video just now. I'm hoping we'll encounter an alien before I need to stop the recording, because at this absolutely I should work out how to actually get these things onto YouTube. But we'll see what happens. Some hidden movement. I do wonder if the lack of actual seeing things that they're all on the craft, that's good and bad. It's good in that they're not hiding all over the place. It's bad in that I will go through a lot of soldiers just getting into the craft to see who's there and attempt to kill them. But as I said in my other video, I will need to actually search all these barns and things, because wow. I don't say once bitten twice shy, but I've made a lot of tactical errors playing this game in the past. Now, I can't see all the way into this corner, but I reckon if there's anything there, it's come out and shot me by now, so I'm going to just move on. Also, I've not had any sort of these doors opening. That's one of the interesting things about the hidden movement phase in this game, is that it can often tell you a lot about where aliens are in terms of the sound of doors opening and some surfaces. Can you hear them walking? I can't remember. I know different surfaces make different noises. I just can't remember if you can hear aliens walking. I think you can't. Paul Martin, you've been quite brave. You have enough time units. You do throw up here. That's quite good. I think this is going okay on the outside, but I'm just not really looking forward to going into the ship. I'm trying not to delay too much though, because I want to get in there before I finish this recording. And ideally, leave myself in a position where I can finish it off relatively quickly, begin the next one. We'll see how we go. Right. Wolfgang Hafner. All the names in this game are generated from 8 lists of first names and surnames, and from certain nationalities. I think it's definitely UK, US, German, French, Russian, Japanese. I think there's one kind of African name set as well. Is it maybe Chinese? I don't know. I didn't mean to do that. Too busy talking about different name sets. I think with Wolfgang, I'm certain you are from the Russian set. Sarah Sharp. You can go over here. Which is why you'll see certain names coming up in more than one game, because there's only so many different combinations. So it's not that there's a reason for it. Some people like to rename their soldiers, particularly a lot of Let's players do that. I used to take a lot of time after this game naming all my squads, and I named all sorts of different things. But the rate of loss was huge, and no matter how much I tried to look after them, it didn't make a difference. And renaming new soldiers after them, you just lost track. So I just keep the names. I forget who they all are anyway. I can't even hear the doors opening, so they're just standing about waiting for me. I just hate that. Well, I need to do this anyway, so it's not really me putting it off too much. But I will have to go into the ship this turn. But not before Klaus, or Klaus, I want to say Klaus. Uta, you're another German as well as Klaus. Sarah Davis, probably British name set. I do about speculating. There's actually a list online, you can look them up so you can find out who is meant to be what. I mean, the Americans get given some quite stereotypical Americans, like you get a lot of Dwights, and it's definitely not a name that you get in the UK. I better hurry up with these. I'm ending this video soon. I want to step in, see an alien, kill it immediately. That'll be good. Right, I'll leave you to a minute. I'm going to go in here. By kill it immediately, I mean I'll die immediately, but sometimes, you know, I think sometimes the not knowing is worse than these times, because this whole first half of the ship, nobody here. Now, I could have left him some time units and stuff again, but it's really, if I guess halfway, it doesn't make the shot. I may as well get them here, so that in the event that nobody comes out the door, in the next turn we can step through the door and shoot them, because if we don't do that, then it's 2 turns and they still end up stepping through and shooting us. So I'm afraid it's going to have to be a bit of a teaser. I'll get these lined up, but then we're going to have to end the video. So to the next turn we see whether all the aliens are behind there. I've got a few more people to move. I know I've got another couple, but I'm going to end the video here.